Welcome back, yogis. I'm Jewel with Become Yoga School, and we are so grateful to have you on the mat today for a yin yoga practice. I want to thank Ruby, who commented on our video last week and asked for this yin yoga practice. And if you have any requests, please drop them in the comments below so I can make a video just for you. Let's go ahead and get started on our mats.
Let's start seated in an easy sitting pose, Sukhasana. If Sukhasana is not for you, you could also sit up on a cushion or block with one or two legs straight. You could also take half lotus or full lotus if you're interested. What's most important is that you feel comfortable and supported. I'm going to choose Sukhasana today, easy sitting pose. Wherever you're at, feel comfortable and supported. Take your palms facing upward to the universe so that you can receive energy. Close your eyes, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Bring your hands to your heart center. Continue this joyous and easeful breathing. And then bringing your hands on your knees, we're going to circle the spine. You could do palms up or down, fingertips to mat. Again, make a choice that feels good for you. Like a spoon stirring a thick stew, I want you to move your ribs in a circle and then start to reverse when you're ready. Take it the other way, stirring up the diaphragm, the fascia across the abs and back. And then take this into a side bend. Reach up and over to your right. And switch, left hand down, reach up and over to your left. And switch. Take it up and over, side bend to your right side. Look up at the elbow. Look down at the palm. Look toward me and switch. Other side, side bend. Looking down. Looking up. And checking center. Side bend over to your right. Rotate the neck. Move the eyes upward, center, and switch. Side bend to your left. Eyes go down. Eyes go up. Eyes come center. And come up to sit. Now we're going to take a cobbler's pose or Baddha Supta Konasana. Feet come together, grab the ankles if it works for you, and take a little rock side to side. Try to get your feet together. If you want to take a bind, interlace the fingers, bring them underneath the pinky toe edge of your foot. Let the knees soften, elbows bend in front of your shins, and take a small forward fold here. Breathe in. Breathe out. You've got this. If you notice through this yin practice that some energy or resistance drums up, just notice it, and like the wind moving the water behind me, just let it go. If you can go a little deeper, let the crown of the head shoot further forward. You could even take your hands onto the mat in front of you and just drop down into this seated Baddha Supta Konasana. Come up. Fold your knees together by taking your hands on the outer knee. Bring your hands behind you. And we have a couple choices here. You could totally stay in this position. Big toes touching, heels touching. Or you can take a lift with me. We're going to keep the diamond shape of the legs and lift the hips off the mat. Feel securely pressed into the fingertips and the palm of the hand. And then gently sit your hips down. Take a breath in. We're going to repeat this. Squeeze the big toes to touch, the heels to touch. Gently lift your hips up off the ground. And if you want to take a small rock side to side, that might fit your body. You could also just hold in center and then let the seat come back onto the mat. We're going to take a forward fold over the legs. Exhale, come right back up to sit. Gaze forward, drishti past the fingernails. Fold forward. Keep the knees bent so it's easy and supported, or go for straight legs for more length. Fold up and over. It's not so much about going down, it's about reaching forward. Exhale, draw the abs in, come up to sit. Very nice. Shift forward. Think of crown of head going between the thumbs. If your legs are long, flex the heels hard. Draw your belly in, come up to sit. Gorgeous. And we're going to do one more forward fold come up. Take your palms beside you, scoot your hips a little bit forward, and then use your hands on your hamstrings to very easily lay on the mat. Draw your right knee into your chest. Take your left hand onto that right knee, right arm beside you, and you're going to take a passive twist here. This right knee is going to come across your body. Try to lay your right shoulder onto the floor, and then choices for the drishti here. Eyes could go up toward the sky, see the blue clouds above you, or you could rotate the neck and look past your right thumb. As you stay here, have a very victorious breath in the lungs on your backside. You can almost feel them reaching through your ribs. Draw your belly in, bring this knee to center, and then grab onto the hamstring or back of the knee. Stay here or move the foot, flat foot, dorsiflexion, pointed toes, plantar flexion, flexed heel, pointed toes. Straighten the leg up and then just let it go. Second side, draw the left knee in, give it a nice hug toward your heart. Grab onto the hamstring, the shin, or heel. Tons of options for you. We are going to take this passive twist. So this time it'll be right hand on left knee. You're going to cross over your body, left arm beside you. Drop your shoulder onto the ground. Drop your head. Choose to look up or choose to look over at that left hand. Now, often if we're going for a really deep version of this, I will command people to straighten this bottom leg. But since this is a yin class, it might make more sense for you to bend both knees, and I'll let you make that choice on your body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Allow yourself to enjoy the peace through restorative yin yoga poses. Scoop the abs, bring this leg back to center. Hang on to the hamstring or shin, and then move that left foot if you're interested. Flat foot, pointed toes, dorsiflexion, plantar flexion. Straighten the leg, let it drop to the floor. And then reach your arms behind your head. We're going to do a really fun pose. Right foot over left foot. You're going to side bend it to your left. This is often referred to as banana asana. You're making a banana shape or a parenthesis or a side Q. Your feet and your hands are shifting over to the left, and your ribs and hips are shifting over to the right. Allow the head and triceps to rest on the mat. And again, breathing through the ribs on your right side. Bring it back to center. We'll swap it out. Right foot down, left foot on top. Shift your feet over to your right side, and then start to move your hands to the right side, breathing easily. Be okay with letting the head drop. Be okay with accepting the side bend for where it is today. A lot of yin yoga and yin energy is about accepting what is around you, what is inside of you, letting it be. Bring your hands back to center, walk your feet in. And then bring your arms into a cactus shape. We're going to cactus the arms by the ears and then swivel the legs east and west, creating a windshield wiper movement. This will help open up the outer hip, the sacrum, the digestive organs. And then we're going to take the knees all the way to the left and let them hang there. Choice to look up to the sky or move the face to the right, seeing the right cactus arm of your body. Try to drop the right back ribs into the mat and let the right front ribs soften toward the left ribs. And then we'll repeat that. Take the swivel right and left a few times. And eventually you'll let both knees go to the right. Arms are still in the cactus, 2 shoulder blades on mat. If you looked up on the first set, feel free to do it again. If you look toward your right arm, this time you'll look at the left arm. And if this is very intense for your hip flexors or your lungs or your heart, just accept it as it is. Focus on smoothing the breath, and it will become more available to you. When you're ready, head to center, Draw the knees back to the center. You're going to lift this left leg in the air and then your right leg. You're going to take a happy baby pose. Grab onto the outer edges of your feet, or tops of feet is another option, or yogi toe lock is a third option. Wherever you want to take the hands, let it be comfortable on your hips and lower back. The knees are going slightly outward in a turned out external rotation thigh position. And think of this as going like 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. If your head was midnight and your tailbone was 6 p.m. We are going to roll over to some heart-opening prone position. Crawl your hands forward to Balasana, child's pose. That's big toes touching, knees apart, ankles in neutral. And here I want you to think about just resting your spine on the floor. I have an option for you if you want it. You're going to bend the elbows and make a prayer position with your hands. Bring that prayer toward the nape of your neck so your thumbs are touching somewhere around the lower part of the neck, the tops of the shoulders. And from here you can walk your elbows forward to create a little bit of a stretch in the front of your shoulders, the armpit and tricep area. And if you're habitually tight in the shoulders, this is a great pose for you to do as often as you can. And then we're going to take it to Sphinx pose. Crawl yourself forward. Draw your elbows right underneath the shoulders. Draw shoulder blades together. Lift your heart. And notice here in this Sphinx pose, you do not have to look forward or upward. Just let the head follow the spine. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your hands onto the mat, rest your forehead. Bend the right knee, reach back, grab the right ankle with your right hand, taking an easy quadricep stretch. You could go for the inner part of the ankle like Urdhva Dhanurasana, a one-legged version of upward bow. You could also go for the outward side of the ankle. Just be mindful there you're not pulling the toes in any direction. When you're ready to switch sides, right hand comes under the forehead, left knee bends, reach back, go for the inner side of that left ankle. Notice here if this tugs on the shoulder, front, side, or top. And if it does, notice it, breathe into it, and make a small adjustment. In this yin yoga style, we don't want to do things fast or big. It's very incremental, very gentle, and very supported. When you're ready, release that left leg. Repeating Sphinx, bring elbows under the shoulders, lift your belly this time if it feels strong enough for you. Press your toenail edge of the feet into the floor and find a drishti point, a gaze, a focus that works for you. We're going to take it to puppy now, so crawl yourself slightly back until the hips can come over the knees. And then walk your hands forward so that the hips can draw straight above the knees. The toes can relax. You might bring forehead onto the mat. I prefer the version with chin tip on the mat. It really helps open the fascia and the lymph nodes on the throat side, the tongue side of the body. And then let's take this to cow. Walk it back, hands under shoulders. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the tail. Find that sway back, but hug the belly up to support it. And then round your spine to cat pose, opposite energy. Shoulder blades right over the palms. Feel free to self-adjust at any time. And then repeat Balasana, extended child's pose. You could do that prayer to nape of the neck again if you like. All of these heart openers might also trigger some emotions in you. Allow that process to occur if it feels comfortable to you. Living in the present tense. Crawl yourself onto your hips for a wide-legged seated forward fold. You're going to bring your left forearm onto either the thigh or in front of your leg on the mat. Reach your right arm to the sky. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, side bend this over to your left, finding this nice opening through the ribs, the shoulder, the armpit, the fingers. Work the eyes and the muscles and nerves in them by looking up at the top elbow. And ensure that your two hips have even amounts of weight. Let's take it to the other side. This time it's right forearm onto the thigh, the shin, or the floor. Left arm to the sky. Start to rotate the throat, neck, and eyes up toward this top elbow. If the left hip is lifted, sit it back down. Try to find 50-50 weight in the legs as you side bend the upper body to one side. Breathe, my yogi. And exhale, yogi. Gorgeous. Come back up to sit. This time, take both hands to the sky. Press into your heels and start to lean forward like we did at the beginning of this practice. Now with straight legs, you're going to let your hands land on the floor, a block, or a pillow, whatever suits you. I like to often take my hands under my forehead and create a little pillow for myself. If you're several inches or feet or centimeters away from the ground, maybe a block or a pillow feels better for you. And anytime the floor doesn't reach you, feel free to bring it to you. You do not need to compromise your yoga practice. When you're ready, walk your hands back towards your hips. Crisscross your ankles underneath yourself, Sukhasana, palms facing up. We're going to take it to Shavasana. When you're ready, bring yourself gently onto your mat. Let your legs go straight. Palms beside you facing upward. And here, it's just about receiving energy. Breathe in. Shavasana is where we truly tap into the yogic quality of life. Let yourself exist here. When you're ready to exit corpse pose, gently walk your knees in and roll onto one side. Take a very soft and easy fetal position. Yeah, it's all about letting it be easy. And then use your hands to come up to sit. We'll finish together here. If you want here, take your hands across your knees, create some fluidity across them, circling the hands to create some warmth. Bring your palms together and vigorously wake yourself up by rubbing the palms together. Make 2 little cups with your hands and take them across your eyes. Without sight here, notice how it feels across the eyelids, the eyes themselves, the muscles in the socket. There's probably some warmth, some energy, little bit of a spark. And then bring your palms together, thumbs to the third eye, representing all that we know. Bring your thumbs to your lips, representing all that we speak and share. And finally, take your hands to heart center, representing all that we feel. Give yourselves a forward bow. Beautifully done on this yin yoga practice. Thank you so much, yogis. Make sure you like and subscribe right over here. Comment below if there is a certain sequence or pose that you want to practice with us. And always remember to inhale positive and exhale negative.